Welcome to SOLM HQ. I've swapped the hockey table for the pool table now, but what I'm doing today is I'm cutting 1 metre of fabric so I can cut those into little samples. I'll get someone else to do it because that's hard work. But I thought while I've got all the samples out, I'll run through what the tartans are just to give you a refresh for those that maybe haven't seen all of the collection yet. So first one up is SOLM Racing. You can see I've only got a little bit left. That's out of stock, coming in later in September. That's probably the best seller, I would say. Obviously golf inspired. It's the best seller by far. Lovely tartan. I like seeing that on cars all around the world. It's been really, really popular. Next up is SOLM Grand Prix. I'll just shake them out as I go. So again, this is out of stock, also coming back in sometime in September from the mill. But you can see, totally inspired by a lotus, the lotus colours. And again, you'll see those colours around the edges of racetracks, right? So quite prominent, so hence the name Grand Prix. What else have we got? Another green. So SOLM Sublime. So basically that was, somebody asked me for a green, and I was looking at a Lamborghini, and I thought, oh, I'll use some of the colours from Lamborghini, from the badges and stuff like that, and we'll come up with Sublime. Again, it's been really popular, hence it being out of stock. One of my favourites is SOLM 72, inspired by the Lotus 72 car, JPS colours. It's really nice. You'll see that in some of my Instagram pictures. It has been also really popular. Definitely one of my, well, they're all my favourites to be fair, but that's one of my favourites. Racing Reverse. So basically, Stefan at GTS Classics in Austin, Texas suggested a few years ago now that I should do a reverse of the racing. So the colours are just reversed. Again, golf colours, really popular. These, the racing ones, they take a bit of time to come in from the mill. I think because the orange yarns are not kind of pre-stocked, they're not like off-the-shelf yarns, so that takes a bit of time for those to restock sometimes. But all good things come to those who wait, as they say. Next up, SOLM RS, inspired by the Porsche RS cars. You'll see the thick black line and the two little lines on the outside of it. That's what you can see on some Porsche cars along the bottom of the body. They put the kind of decals or the vinyls or stickers or whatever along that, so that's inspired that. SOLM RS. SOLM 1970. Again, this one's been really popular actually. It was a bit of a slow starter, but I think once it starts to get shown on cars, people appreciate the colours. And if you look at the MP build that they did, GTV car they did, So Fine Interiors did the seats for that, and it looks amazing. The cross-stitch and diamond effect with the stitching looks really, really nice. So SOLM 72, inspired by the Le Mans winning car of 1970, the Porsche 917. I was going to say 912, 917. Richard Atwood, I think, was the driver of that car. Next up is BMW inspired, so Motorsport. You can see it picks up the colours of the M badge of the BMW M cars. Again, that's starting to become popular as well. Obviously with the BMW guys out there, and girls. Next up we have got Retro Racing. So Martini Racing, right? It's one of the most obvious livery colours out there in the world. Between that and golf, they're probably the most popular ones that you'll recognise. So again, we have those colours built into that one. Now, that's all polyviscose. We're moving on to wool. So again, in wool, so the polyviscose ones are not treated for like crib 5 or fire retardant. They are kind of soil resist at the mill, but the wools are crib 5 treated and hence fire retardant, which is great. These ones, when they get put in cars, we'd have to get some kind of manual fire retardant application put on them. But more affordable, so the wool's definitely a lot more expensive. But again, we have in wool the Retro Racing, just the same as the Retro Racing and the polyviscose. The colours are slightly different shades. Again, really nice. That's been really popular. You would have seen a post from me recently from Kamari over in China. They did a build with that and also with the houndstooth, which I'll show you next actually. So if you look at my social medias, you'll see these applied in cars. Again, Rent Vehicle Designs did one in that as well. This has been really popular also. I've reordered a whole bunch of that. So that's in. That's the Racing Houndstooth, we call that one. Here's my James Bond Aston Martin inspired SOLM Classic. So again, if you've got an eagle eye on you, you'll notice the lines. We've got 2 lines there and 7 lines there. 007, grey from the Aston Martin. And at the start of Bond movies, you'll always see the barrel of a gun. So Black line, single white line representing the bullet of that gun, if you like, at the start of those Bond movies. We all love Bond movies, right? Next up, 62. Probably my most retro tartan, I would say. It really feels like it's from the 60s. Inspired by the gold leaf kind of tobacco company livery from back in the day, and Lotus also used that as well. I think Radford have used those colours on one of their cars in recent years. Really, really retro, really bright. I'll maybe have to get some trues made in that. Next up, a Porsche 75th birthday celebration tartan. Really just picking up the colours from the Porsche badge that you'll see. I might get a jacket made with this inside it. I'm going to Porsche late October in Stuttgart, going to visit the museum and visit the guys over there. So I think I'll get a jacket made in that, with that on the inside. Next up, only 2 to go. Rosso. So, for all you Ferrari fans out there, David DDE, get this in your car. So again, Ferrari colours, right? Red, yellow, black. We've got the Italian flag colours in there too, inbuilt. So that's really nice. I actually don't think that's been used in a car yet that I can think of that I've not seen, but it will be at some point in time. And last up, again, this has really been popular, is SOLM RS Houndstooth. So the RS tartan, we basically made that into a houndstooth effect. It feels really nice. It looks great. It's, again, well, they're all my favourites, like I say. That's definitely one of my favourite ones. Been really popular. I'm going to have to get a reorder of that soon as well. So that's a bit of a rundown on the SOLM tartan collection. If you want to get some, get on the website, solm.co.uk, or reach out to my distribution partners around the world. They'll probably stock all of these, or most of these. And yeah, get them in your car. Maybe we'll get some bags and stuff made with them too. I do have bags coming in, which I'll show you in a couple of weeks probably, using the polyviscose ones. But I think for jackets going forward, I'll start using the wools. I might get some gilets made, and also I might get a ladies kind of driving cape made too. So lots going on in the background. Busy day today, cutting fabric at SOLM HQ, but it's all good fun, isn't it? That's how you should spend your Fridays. Right, thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Cheers.